Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Venus retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm see that you appreciate my channel, and it helps me out tremendously. So, thank you so very much. Also, to let you know, I am open to private readings, and if you are interested in a private reading, the link to my website is in the description box below. Oh, also, if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will also be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this Venus retrograde. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Queen of Wands. So this is our own energy coming forward. We are represented by the wands in the minor arcana. We are represented by the emperor in the major arcana. So right here with the Queen of Wands, we can have a tendency to get in our own way during this time. We have a lot of passion, we have a lot of fire, we have a lot of desires coming forward, and we can almost feel like there's so much passion, so much fire within us. I'm getting this feeling almost as like apathetic. It's like, oh my gosh, like there's so much I need to do, so fast that I want to be moving forward, or so determined am I to achieve what I want that I can almost feel like it's all fizzling out. So just be aware of this, that we're being really hard on ourselves, we're being really intense, we're being hyper focused, and that can be, instead of inspiring, we can think, oh my gosh, I'm being so inspiring, right? Putting all this on my plate, it can be overwhelming to us. So move calmly and quietly and passionately forward, because this Venus retrograde is in Leo, and it's for the first time in Leo in 8 years. So this is a time, like, remember 8 years ago, what was going on? What were you going through? The passions that came up then can also come up now. So just be aware of this. This Venus retrograde, is from July 22nd to September 3rd. It's a 40-day period to reflect on our relationships, that have us looking at ourselves more openly and honestly than maybe even we want to. So just be aware of that. I laugh because it's like ooh, it's a mirror when we're like, no, I don't want to look. So let's see what spirit wants to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And here we have spontaneous. We want things to be a little spontaneous. We want things to be a little bit fun, a little bit exciting, a little bit, pushing the norm. So just be aware of that we want that spontaneity to come forward in our lives for us. And that's going to be, and that is a very beautiful thing. But we have to just remember to let ourselves be spontaneous, to let ourselves, kind of step out of our comfort zone a bit and just do things that are fun. Do things that are fun here, Aries. Having fun, laughing, singing, dancing, embracing joy, that's going to be just so beneficial to you, so beneficial. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Here you are. Okay. So let's talk about this time, astrologically speaking, for just a moment, because you do come through quite affected by this Venus stationary retrograde. So this is a time to reconnect with what our heart is longing for and what's in our heart, what we really desire. And we're being asked during this time, are we honoring ourselves in our relationships? So that's a huge question right here, right now. Are we honoring ourselves in our relationships? Venus retrograde isn't bad, but it is a time that is quite intense. It's quite intense with our passion, what we love, what we desire, how we're moving forward. This Venus retrograde can bring back old flames into our lives. We can find that we're reconnecting with people that we once really loved. Now, it can be a romantic love, it can be a friendship love, but this is a time to heal past wounds or to just reconnect. We can find that we're reconnecting with people beautifully, and it lets us move forward. It lets us move forward in a way that we have been stuck around. So just be aware of this. It is time to rediscover our individuality and our self worth. It is time to reconnect with what is in our hearts and get in touch with our passion in life. We've let that dwindle. All right. So here we can be stoking up that passion really, really intensely from work to to recreation to everything in between. We can really let our passion shine so much that it can be overwhelming to us. So just be aware of that. This also can affect our spending habits. So just be aware. So, what we're going to see here is that we want to be seen and we want to be validated. This can affect the way that we spend because we want to be seen and validated. So, that which makes us feel seen and sales clerks that make us feel validated will tend to gravitate towards. So just be aware, especially high ticket, flashy, showy things we're going to be really, really drawn to. A Venus in Leo, oh my gosh, no, it's like the higher the price ticket, the more we're going to be drawn to it. So be aware of that. This will also alter our relationship with beauty and fashion and the arts because again, we're drawn to being seen, being validated, being out there more, but also catching people's attention. So just be aware of that. We're going to be taking risks, or we can be very inclined to want to take risks, to want to step out of our comfort zone. For each person, the risk taking will be different, of course, but just be aware that we're going to be inclined towards that. Now, also, be very aware of this. During a Venus retrograde, okay, scandals, hidden love affairs, they can be exposed during this time. So beware. Just beware of that. We do have the repeat of the freedom number 5. All right. So we are moving forward in freedom from petty arguments and from fights to just keep on repeating themselves or situations that are uncomfortable and it just keeps repeating itself. So do know this, we're moving forward. It will happen very quickly that we move into kind of a new way of seeing ourselves, a new way of embracing our passion, a new way of saying, hey, this is what I want. Now we're crowned with the Emperor. Again, this is us in the major arcana. This is the essence of ourselves moving forward. We're embracing our passion. We're embracing our heart. We're saying, what do I love? What do I want? Remember, during this time, red, very vibrant color, very powerful color to us as an Aries, but we need to mute it down a little bit, kind of go towards the rose quartz, go towards, the more pinky colors are going to be much more soothing to us. Okay, even salmon, like just something in kind of the red family, but more watered down because we just need that soothing. Because with this Venus retrograde, we are so dialed up to our passions. We can dive headfirst into everything that we are passionate about, into relationships that seem like such a great idea. And the passion, it can be eaten up, like the fire can be eaten up a little bit too quickly. So just be aware of this. Be aware also during this time, the essence of ourselves comes forward. The sense of, you know, claiming what I want, knowing what I desire, embracing our determination and our focus and our insight and everything that makes an emperor. An emperor is a winner, right? An emperor is a person who can oversee so much and win. And that's the energy that we're going for. We are really moving towards I'm a winner. I am, impassioned, emboldened. I am living and moving forward in vibrancy. We want things to be really vibrant. That's why Spirit is saying just be mindful, carry a rose quartz in your pocket if you can or on a necklace. Be mindful of putting the mellow in during this time, of calming things down, because We don't really have that chill energy here. So just be aware of that. We can also be during a during a Venus retrograde, we can also be seeing, we can be inclined towards arguments. Okay. So just be aware of that. We can be inclined towards arguments, and especially within relationships. So just be aware that we might really be, we're not might, we're really going to be good at arguing and winning. So just be aware of that. We can be really, really good at looking at things, kind of like assessing the situation really quick, and we move so much faster in our strikes, so much faster in our arguments than other people do. So just be aware of that during this time, that our passion is high, our ability to win super high, and we can kind of jump into arguments a little bit too quickly. So just be mindful, especially in relationships. Be mindful, step back, breathe. That's going to be one of the most important things. The red here is also for the heart chakra, not the heart chakra, but for the heart in Qigong, for the root chakra in in um well, the chakras, right? So here there is a sense of grounding ourselves with our passion. That's going to be really important, and embracing our heart, embracing what we love, listening to our emotions. Now we move on to the hangman. We're seeing things very differently during this time, and we're asking ourselves, what do we love? What do we want? Um, a Venus retrograde is not only, how can I fill every moment of my life with passion? It's, how is love guiding me forward in my life? And a lot of us during this time, Aries, are entering into a new world, are entering into a new way of moving forward, entering into a new time for ourselves. And that's very much a big deal. We're going to be seeing that we're having to trust ourselves a little bit more, trust our hearts a little bit more. It's not always going to be backed up with the facts that we want or with certainties. There is a sense here of, I need to move forward in love and in harmony and in grace for myself. But I'm stepping into a new world. I'm stepping into a new way of doing things. And it moves us to the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands, this is petty arguments, okay? And I really do see us as really having enough of this. We're having enough of the pettiness. I know this isn't reverse, which means that we're completely walking away from it. We're kind of entrenched right now in a bit of petty. And that's okay. I mean, life happens, things happen, and we can't always be sunshine and merriment and, everything's great type of thing. And I just walk in utter beauty and gratitude. No, sometimes life feels like it stinks, and we're just trapped in arguing within our own mind, or other arguments that are happening outside, and we're pulled into them. So just be aware of this. This is a lot of petty going on. We need to make sure that we're not petty with ourselves, and in relationships we need to look at and respect that we deserve better than to be dragged into the pettiness of others. And we need to respect ourselves enough to say, you know what, no, I'm not getting to your level. I'm not climbing down. I'm not, going into this mud pit type of thing. I'm not doing it. So just be aware of that. But there is a fair deal of just pettiness, nitpicking, like just somebody, like a nag, like just nagging. And also, like, even at work, people wanting you to pick sides, people being like, oh, it's like this, oh, it's like that. It's like, oh, no, please just leave me alone. You'll see what your relationships, it's like, oh, and it'll happen mainly 5 times, but you're going to find that it's just like, oh, I'm done with this. And this is a battle you've had before. This is like old things that are just being brought up, dragged through the mud. And it's like, okay, can't we move past this? And sometimes some things, take a long time to heal from. We do have to respect that. But with the Five of Swords here, it's like, I'm winning. I'm moving forward. I'm going after what I want. I am embracing my fierceness. You know, a lot of people say with the Five of Swords, you have to be able to let the other person win, or this isn't fair play. Yeah, people cannot be playing fair, but you're this person right here. You're not one of the conquered walking away. In medieval times, which, I mean, we're using swords here, so it it moves forward that way. In medieval times, if you gave somebody back their weapon after you won, you were considered a fool, and they would run you through the back. I mean, it wasn't sportsmanly time at all. At all. It was a win. It was an eat or be eaten type of world. You would take their sword from them. You would take their armor. You could take their land. You could take everything from them if you won. So here, it is being very sportsmanship or sportsmanly to let them leave with their lives. So here, you are going to find that you're going to have to be tough, right? You're going to have to say, nope, this is how we're moving forward. This is what I'm going after. This is what I want. This is where I need to be. But you're also being compassionate at the same time. So you're thinking you're being a little bit too harsh. You're not. You're not. But you have to stand in your power and you have to stand up for yourself, especially when it comes to love. Especially when it comes to love, Aries, because you're embracing your full heart. You put your full heart into things. And you're saying to yourself now, like, this is how I want to embrace love, or this is what I need for love, and this is what I need for me. Everything is going to start moving rather quickly during this time. Once you take the stand, once you kind of get tired of things, all of a sudden, things are going to start moving faster, 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 like going more succinctly forward and more powerfully forward. And that's going to be a very big thing for you. But you're going to find that you need to stand back, you need to look, you need to listen, and then you move forward. And it's like, okay, then I can go after it. Then I can go after what I love and what I want and where I need to be. And you can be part of this movement. But for a time during this Mercury retrograde, not this Mercury, this Venus retrograde, I do apologize. During this Venus retrograde, you're going to be finding that you need to look at things. You need to step back. You need to say, am I seeing this right? Like, am I seeing this right? Is this moving forward the right way? Like, do I understand where I need to be? Or do I understand how spirit is moving me forward? And then it's going to click. You get it. And you start to move. You start to go after it with almost a single-minded determination. So just know that there's a level of doggedness to you that is quite commendable, but it can also be just a little bit overwhelming because you can become so determined, you can become so focused, you can become so entrenched. Our subconscious spirit message, well, our subconscious message to be mindful of is the Tower reverse. Be mindful that you're coming out of a time of being overwhelmed, of, a feeling like you lost everything. You could have lost everything. A Tower time is a time of intense change. It doesn't have to be bad. Most people see the Tower time as bad, but a Tower time can be absolutely life changing. And a lot of times, life changing things aren't necessarily, roses and sunshine in our world. So here with the Tower, we're coming out of a Tower time and we're seeing that we can rebuild. We're seeing that we can move forward. We're seeing that there's more than meets the eye. Like what was once rubble, now we're looking at it. It's like I can rebuild with this. Like this is beautiful marble to lay down on the floors, or I can put the stone together and make a mosaic. We're taking what felt like it would never be able to be rebuilt, and we're rebuilding our lives, and we're making it beautiful. We really are. Our subconscious spirit message here is white light, white healing light. The white light of the universe, the white light of spirit, healing us, connecting with us. This is reversed. We're not connecting with this healing light, and we need to. So just remember this. We're also not setting really clear boundaries, or our boundaries are being pushed or manipulated or not met. So just remember that as well. Setting the clear boundaries, knowing what we desire, and moving forward in that power is going to be really important for us. It's going to also be difficult for us during this Venus retrograde. And it moves us then to the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is prosperity. This is success. Remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So this is subconsciously, we're really embracing the prosperity of our heart during this time. We're being crowned by roses right here, by love, by connection, and we're seeing ourselves move forward in what we love. Here, the red comes forward, and it's a calmer red. It's a calmer red. We need to be around passion that calms us, that soothes us, that moves us forward, that is balanced. That's going to be really important for us. And we need to look at things during this time and say, is it moving towards my prosperity, towards my grace, towards my abundance? Is it moving me forward in the way that I need in my life? Because you're building something, subconsciously, you're building something with a sturdy foundation and with a brilliant future. And that's a big deal. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this Venus retrograde and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed Venus retrograde. Bye.